I'm really surprised by the amount of secrets you can find in Hogwarts Legacy. Many people reached out with some super interesting stuff again that I did not know you could do, and I'm sure many of these are new to you as well. So let's get into it. A like would of course really help me out. Subscribe for way more Hogwarts Legacy videos like this, and let's go. But first, it's time for some big upgrades, especially if you're still using one of these massive wallets. I got a rich wallet now a couple of months ago, and I cannot go back. I really like that the size depends on the amount of stuff you carry, with space for up to 12 cards, and there's room for cash as well. They're made of super durable material, which also includes the RFID blocking technology, which is great because it protects you from digital pickpocketers. But I in particular really like the key cases, as the regular key rings are always annoying to carry and can hurt your hands when you want to take them out. Now you can easily put them all away. They feel great in your pocket and are also made of quality material. And there are a lot of styles to choose from, also for the wallets of course. I'm now really liking this orange version. Rich has over 50,000 5-star reviews, and I now got a special 10-year anniversary offer via the link in the video description, namely up to 40% off until March 26th, so you gotta be fast. Again, check that link in the description. Thanks to Rich for sponsoring the video, and now let's get back into it. I want to start with some fun and interesting extra uses for certain spells. Like I always used to walk up to these loot bags to open them, but Beast Mode RC in the comments let me know that you can also use Accio to get the smaller, but also the bigger bags of gold and open them up. It only doesn't work on a chest, which I think makes sense, but it also doesn't work on loot bags that were dropped from enemies. Would be cool if they added that in the future. Now it's especially nice to get something that is out of reach. And if you think about it, it's actually pretty obvious that you can use Accio in this way, but I never thought of it, so really nice. Creed in the comments noted that you can also do it on the field guide pages that you have to reveal first. And now I'm not sure how much faster this is, but I still wanted to mention it. Also did not think about this one. Now, the next one though, from BK17 on Reddit, is a bit more impactful. You of course have these Merlin trials, like the one over here on the map, where you have to get fireflies and bring them to these rock pillars. Well, I always did them one by one. So use Lumos near the fireflies, and then immediately run back to one of these blocks with a crystal in them, and then rinse and repeat until the Merlin trial was completed. Well, turns out that you can also just focus on collecting all the fireflies first, as they will just be combined, and then you can go to these 3 blocks. Use Revelio to highlight them, and now just return to them one by one with the fireflies, and you can way more easily complete the puzzle. More convenient and something I never thought of, so really cool. And if we stay with Lumos, a small but fun thing is that the fish in the Slytherin common room will actually be lured towards the light, like they will normally just swim by, but now putting the light in front of the window will get their attention, which a nice fun thing, noted by Mr. Mysterious C. And Kurt noted in the comments under a recent video a cool interaction with the Bombarda spell. If you namely combine it with an explosive barrel, it will get a bigger blast radius, so it can hit more enemies in the area. Now be careful that you don't stand too close, because then it can literally blow up in your face, and the idea is of course to use the upgraded transformation spell to turn any regular sized enemy into one of these barrels, so you can easily do this combination. It does not destroy shields though, which is kind of sad, but apart from that, it's a pretty powerful interaction. And of course the transformation spell can also be used outside of combat. In previous videos we already showed you many interactions with the animals to turn them into interesting objects or even bags of gold. And thanks to Savitar, God of Speed, in the comments, I learned that you can also do this in a vivarium. Yes, I was quite surprised to read this, and it actually doesn't work on all the creatures, or I actually only got it to work on one creature. Although, of course, if there are more, let me know in the comments. Well, I found out that it works on a phoenix that you, of course, get at the end of Deke's quest line. So if you cast the transformation spell on it, it turns into a pumpkin, which also happens when you cast it on a fish in the open world, which is interesting. Although the phoenix has a different pumpkin variant it can turn into sometimes as well. And well, if you continuously do this, it can also turn into a bag of gold that you can loot. If you then remove the phoenix from the vivarium and put it back in, you can repeat this tactic. Sure, it's not a good gold farm because you don't get a lot, but I also don't think that this is intended. And what's interesting, by the way, is that if you do this too often, the phoenix will turn into reds and is unable to transform back unless you remove it from the vivarium and put it back in. So seems that the developers already thought of a way to combat this sort of potential farm. I think it's interesting, and if you know about more things you can transform in the vivarium, let me know in the comments. We also got Bats, a link to their channel in the video description, who got creative and thought, why not bring these animals to Hogwarts? And yes, as you can see, we tried it, and you can actually make this work. Grab a sheep over here on the map, so close to Hogwarts, and then use Accio and Wingardium Leviosa, so you can take it with you, although it will transform back a few times, so then you just have to use the transformation spell again and use Levioso. And then just continue. It's already fun to see the sheep near the north exit Flue Flame with the students around it, but we can actually bring it inside as well and have it walk around. Now it can sadly only be in this hall, where we of course also had the history lesson. The sheep will disappear if you try to take it like further into Hogwarts, and it also did not work at the other entrances that we found, so only this one near the north exit Flue Flame. A fun little thing, and also less harmful than launching cats into the air, something that Dennis showed you in our previous things you didn't know about video. I will leave a link to it in the video description. We got some fun updates on this because Mohammed in the comments under that previous video said that if you like do not aim, you can always launch these poor beasts into the air with the pulso. So then the location, or if water is close, doesn't matter anymore. So we of course had to check it out and see if it's true, and yes, we can confirm that, yeah, you can then launch the cats in the air like this. Just so you know, Avalanche, by the way, put an indirect response up regarding this tactic. After seeing how some people have treated cats in this game, devs made a fun little internal thing that I could not share. Not gonna lie, that's pretty scary, and we deserve that if you ever did this tactic. And I think it would be a pretty cool Easter egg if they put it in the game as a secret change, even if only one cat in the world would like be able to counter us. Although the community manager already said that it's an internal thing and that it will not make its way into the retail version of the game, sadly. I understand it, although I still think it would have been cool. Now maybe like me, you've already entered this Bingle and Blatch shop in Hogsmeade over here on the map, but did you know that every door leads to a different indoor area? Like, they look completely different. I, for example, never entered through the side door, so never saw this wooden room with a loot bag in it as well, or this more fancy room when you enter through a different door. I really wish this was also possible in the real world, like it would solve many housing issues. Of course, subscribe for more Hogwarts Legacy content. A like would really help me out. Check out Rich Wallet via the link in the pinned comment, and our previous video is on the screen here with a secret area that you might not know about. You can watch it by clicking on the screen. I will speak to you soon. Goodbye.